Coach, thanks. As mentioned, we are on the North Shore of Pittsburgh. It's sold out Heinz Field in the Steel City. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with Andy Dalton and the Cincinnati Bengals. It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Like 80. 56. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Another try after the first down sack. Roethlisberger, he's going to launch it for Washington. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now it's Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
After the loss, here's 2nd and 12 from the 18.
All day, every day, any day.
Here's Dalton. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. He's got his man here. It's Green. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The connection since 2011, Dalton to Green for a Bengal first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
On 2nd and 11 now. Dalton looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie first-rounder from Michigan, Devin Bush. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger once more. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 22 yards there, a first down. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
This is the rookie from Oklahoma State, Justice Hill. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up third down. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Now Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at the 40. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Airing one out for Boyd. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Now Roethlisberger on first down. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Taken in by Switzer on the left side. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
To throw again is Roethlisberger. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number one. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football. They're on the march, but facing a third down here.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And the ball is knocked out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
It's just me.
On second down, Samuels. And he'll get this down only to the 18. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Ryan Switzer, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The first quarter of the NFL season in the books after tonight, but Week 5 right around the corner. And it all starts Thursday night with a good one from Seattle. The Rams and the Seahawks in the NFC West. Kickoff 8:15 Eastern, 5:15 out on the West Coast from CenturyLink Field. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Dalton here from the gun. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Play action now, Dalton. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A very solid gain of 27. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, got stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
On 2nd and 15 now. Dalton, wide open receiver, complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Mixon trying to punch it in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has...
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals have got it back to a one-score game. No success on first down. He couldn't get any yardage. They give it to him again, and he finds the end zone.
Sometimes it just has to be persistence, doesn't it? And you know who else helps with that? Offensive line. After a team's been stuffed, the last thing they want to do is go to a different play call. They want to come back and do it again and show that they can dominate the line of scrimmage.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 30.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Hill. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Jesse Bates, who led the Bengals in tackles as a rookie, there to make the stop. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
25, check 25, check 25. Watch the safety creep. Kill.
On 2nd down, it's Hill. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
2nd and 9 now from the 21. To throw here, Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Going deep for Eifert. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there, first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Push him back. Push him back.
To throw again on second down. Roethlisberger. He'll get this one to Switzer. 11 yards there, first down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. On first and 10, it's Roethlisberger. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
180. Let's go, D.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left half, should be a fairly easy one here. And Boswell's kick is good. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And able to take it past the 20 a little bit, but no further. A flag in there as well. Let's see what this is. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's first and 10.
Let's get in there. Let's get in there. Check it back. Check it. 368.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
It really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's...
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals draw even, and of course they can take the lead if they hit the extra point. Bullock good on the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a first and 10 at their own 22. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Let's go. 368. 198.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They'll wind up losing 3.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Exit.
Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Eifert, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. The tight end can kind of be that diamond in the rough secret weapon that you have, and right there they show you why.
And it's becoming less of a secret, isn't it, partner? Every game that we do nowadays, the tight end is a featured receiver, not just a blocker, as in the days of old.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a first and 10 right at the 30. They'll try to get the offense going with Hill. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
On 2nd and 7, Roethlisberger. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. He's up to 70 yards receiving now as that last catch gets him a first down. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. J.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. And that's now 2 big catches on this drive for him.
You know, the NFL keeps talking about the possibility of using video for coaching on the sidelines. That's not approved yet, but you can still use pictures. They've got to send his picture down to their defense and say, you see him? Cover him.
A little over 20 yards there, and in 2 plays, they've now moved the ball over 60 yards. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will tie things at 20 all. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Dalton. On the right side, caught by Green. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And a Bengal first down.
Hands up. Lead. 98's the mic. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, go. 368. Stop.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
Watch this. 368. Hey, I-7. Here you go. 93, 52, 93.
Passing, it's Dalton. And able to find Green. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. This is caught, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Andy Dalton with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game, and the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Outright, he gets this one to Switzer. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat, but a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now this throw, it's complete. It's Moncrief with it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Oh, that's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Black 80. Easy. Watch the backer. Black.
Back to the air, Roethlisberger after the pick six. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs needing to win that turnover battle. And this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far, a big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defenses always talk about getting turnovers in bunches, getting those takeaways. 2's not a bunch, but it's plenty in this game, exactly the formula they need. And I got to tell you, partner, I like it when you think back to something I said that actually comes true, that's actually right.
That happens more often than you might think. And the Steelers on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. Going deep for Moncrief. And that's caught inside the 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Dante Moncrief. His second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game. Boswell good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. This will be taken short. And they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down at the 11-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
On third down, Mixon. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here's Switzer. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll start the drive with Samuels. And an alley to run. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
77.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
Hands up! Here we go. Hands up!
The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 18. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Dalton. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
Joker. X3, 218, chop. Nice.
All right, here's Dalton. Open man is Uzama. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Hands up!
65!
Dalton on the draw to Mixon. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Dalton wants to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well.
Let's go.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Set! Black 20. Take both of them.
Ready? Kill.
Black 1.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down.
Here we go.
What a huge play at this point in the game. Throwing now is Roethlisberger. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Bengals, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.